It seems like this attack was about 18 months in the planning. It was quite audacious. They have smuggled drones into Russia on the backs of trucks. They launched them with these kind of rigged devices that they needed to have on the ground to do so, and they sent them a really long way, including, as you say, to this very significant airbase in eastern Siberia, and that houses quite a few of their longer range bombers, and these bombers can carry both conventional weapons and nuclear weapons, and Ukraine saying they did quite a lot of damage as a result in these drone attacks that went across different parts of Russia, taking out quite a few aircraft or at least seriously damaging them. Russia says in turn that it was only minor damage to some aircraft, and they said they deflected some of these attacks. But it's clear that either way, it's quite an embarrassment for Russia to have Ukraine be able to strike so deep into eastern Siberia. And that's really the significance of it, is to show that nowhere really in Russia is now safe from Ukraine.
Today is the day of the UK Strategic Defence Review. We've got billions of pounds of investment being announced today. I just wonder, in the context of what's happened between Russia and Ukraine over the weekend, doesn't it show that it's kind of pointless to be investing in heavy weaponry when you can destroy it with guile and a $200 drone?
Well, interestingly, also, Russia and Ukraine have both become a lot better at working out how to deflect drones, and that's been part of it. You get a massive drone swarm coming for you. How do you intercept them? And they become a lot better at doing so. I mean, drones have become a really significant part of this war, but so has sort of old-fashioned kit in a way, like ammunition, artillery have been really important. And that's some of the things that we're going to see probably in the UK announcement today, for example, investing in new munitions factories, because countries like the UK have sent a lot of their weaponry into Ukraine and their stores are really, really low. And, you know, defence procurement tends to be slow, cumbersome. It's hard to react very quickly to a world that changes. And if anything, these conflicts in Ukraine and the Middle East have shown us that you need to be a lot nimbler in your defence industry. And so having that combination of, you know, high tech or essentially cheap but effective stuff like drones and old-fashioned kit like ammunition, artillery, you kind of need it all. Countries did a lot of let's go to very high-tech only, thinking the wars of the future would be essentially lasers or something. And this war has shown us that you need to be prepared for all kinds of eventualities. And that's the challenge, again, when you're thinking about a multi-decade defence strategy.
And Ros, just thinking about the talks in Istanbul today, I mean, is there hope for any progress between Russia and Ukraine towards a ceasefire?
Well, it's interesting. The talks are, at this stage, still going ahead. They're mid-level talks, and maybe the strikes on the weekend were both for Ukraine and Russia to send a message, because if you're going to go into negotiations, you want to do so from the strongest position possible. So some signalling going on there. But the first round of talks didn't lead to very much. They led to some prisoner swaps, which are important, and they were significant in size, but no real clarity around the path to a ceasefire. And Ukraine has said that it's still waiting for Russia to present this memorandum of understanding of what Russia's demands are to end this war. And until they get that, there's not even a sense of what the path forward might be. And Ukraine is still saying that really for them, the only way to a ceasefire is to have the leaders of Russia and Ukraine sit down directly and talk. So it's hard to see what this might be beyond perhaps they agree on a few more prisoner swaps. Perhaps there's some other tinkering around the edges, but a full-throated ceasefire is probably going to take more than a meeting today in Istanbul.